All right, mic check. We are rolling, and welcome back to the world's shittiest, trashiest, least on time, and overall least fun podcast. I'm your host, DJ Fodera, aka the difficult dirigible, aka the not so friendly Negro, aka um, damn. I had something. Nah, I didn't have shit else. I was gonna make something else up just now, but I couldn't think of one because it is mad early the fucking morning. What's up, everybody? How you been? What's been going on in your lives? Nothing really for me since quitting my job. That kind of turned out to be a mistake. People, let me explain something to you. Having the freedom to choose what you to decide like how you go about your day without like something telling you that you have to do things by a certain time every day, you kind of become like a pure scumbag. Like I thought having a lot of freedom would be, good for me, but it's not. And well, it's not like it's not. It's just like it's very difficult to be productive when you don't have to be like when you have the option to wake up at 3 in the afternoon and be a wild scumbag and start, and watch like YouTube videos and shit until probably like 8 in the evening, and then you're like, oh my god, where did the day go? I was supposed to fill out apps today. Yeah, I'll just do it tomorrow. You realize that you have less of a hold on your life than you really think. So shout out to all my unemployed niggas out there waking up at 3 in the afternoon and just thinking you can start your day there. That is a disgusting lifestyle, but I am currently living it, and I gotta tell you, it's a it's a lifestyle that you get accustomed to. You know, I'm trying to get out of that. I'm trying to break out of that. And anybody that's hiring, I currently need a job. So, this is wild of me to put this at the beginning of the episode. But yeah, this is what you get when you listen to the Culturally Inappropriate Podcast, because I am your guy, DJ Fodera. Don't forget to follow me on all social medias at DJ Fodera, and like and subscribe to the podcast on SoundCloud, Stitcher, iTunes, and Google Play. Yay! Round of applause. I wish I had like a soundboard with like buttons and shit that I could press, and then it automatically goes on here, so I don't have to edit shit onto this fucking podcast. Like I really like having sound effects in here. Like at certain points, I could put sound effects in here, but going back listening to this shit and like actually editing it is such a fucking hassle, and I don't have the money. And even if I did, I wouldn't pay anybody to like edit this shit for me. So I'm not doing that. Okay, so anybody that knows of like a recording studio that also has like a recording joint for like computer that also has like a soundboard on there to where like I could just like click a button and then the sound effect automatically goes there. Hit me up and let me know, because I need one of those. Yeah, I need one of those programs, one of those softwares. I could scour the internet, like do a quick Google search or something like that, but I don't have the time. Well, I do have the time. I do have the time, as we know, but I am mad fucking lazy, and I'm not trying to waste my time doing that. I'm trying to follow my dream, follow my ambition. Okay, I'm trying to do things that are gonna benefit me, and while I'm not doing that, I kind of am, by doing this shit podcast. I don't know who the fuck's listening to it. Shout out to my 10 viewers every week. Gotta give y'all a shout out, because without you guys, I would just be an insane guy talking to himself in his closet. So yeah, thank you for what is the word? Shit, I always forget. Thank you for validating me. Now I seem a little bit less crazy for doing this shit. Yeah, okay. But yeah, anyway. Follow your dream, people. No matter what happens, follow your dream. That's the message I want to send off with this podcast today. No matter what people tell you, just if you're passionate enough about it, you can make it happen. They told Steve Jobs he couldn't make a better computer than Microsoft, and what did he do? He went and created Apple. They told Michael Jordan that he wouldn't be the greatest basketball player of all time, and look at that racist bastard. He's regarded as the best basketball player of all time, and now he has like dope sneakers. They told Woody Allen he wouldn't be able to fuck he wouldn't be able to fuck his daughter, and he was like, you know what? Fuck that. Okay, I can do what I want. I'm Woody Allen. I made a whole bunch of I made a whole bunch of movies that people liked in the 80s or 70s or whatever. I don't know. And I think I'm allowed to do what I want to do. So if I want to fuck my stepdaughter, who are you to tell me I can't? Shout out to Woody Allen for living a dream. Shout out to him. Shout out to these kids down in I don't know. I think I'm saying it's down in Atlanta, but it could be somewhere else. It don't fucking matter. They're going to jail anyway. Shout out to these kids who, going with the whole theme of following your dream, killed the man and robbed him in order to pursue a rap career. In order to pursue a life that in order to seem like they got more money than they actually do, and following with the whole rappers is hard, they will shoot you and shit. These three hooligans, as the local media would call them, attacked. Oh no, not attacked, but like they killed a man in cold blood for $300 to flash on stage. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh my God, how could they be so dumb as to do this? What the fuck is wrong with them? That's the problem with kids these days. Blah blah blah. The traditional shit. But you know what? Maybe we should be saluting them. Maybe we should give them a round of applause. Because these kids, they had enough ambition. It's too many rappers out here rapping about shit that they don't really do. They talk about guns that they don't really have. They talk about drugs that they don't really sell. And they talk about bitches that they don't really fuck. And they talk about cars and money that they don't really got. But these kids, in order to live their truths, went out and killed a man in cold blood. Just to flash $300 on stage and make it look like they got money. The dedication to your career, I have never seen. I've never seen dedication I've never seen dedication like this since what, maybe who is it? Steve Jobs, something like that. I don't know. Think of somebody that did something great and was like really passionate about it. I've never seen dedication like this. Okay, these kids, they were passionate about something. They said, you know what? We're not gonna be like all of these fake rappers out here. We're gonna go out here and make something of ourselves. We're gonna do something with our lives. And they went out and they killed a man just so they can put in their raps and it could be true. Like, we will kill you for this money. So shout out to them. You guys are going to jail now, so I don't know how you're gonna well, you can still do like mixtapes and shit from jail, so this doesn't really hinder your rap career. It actually adds to it. It actually makes you seem kind of harder now that you're gonna do jail time. So shout out to you guys. I hope that you get signed to Toilet Wine Records and you are able to drop 7 mixtapes, because being in jail gives you a lot of time to think. I have heard. I've never been, and I don't intend to go. Because if there's niggas like you in there, I don't think that's where I belong. Okay? So, yeah. Shout out to those guys. Speaking of rappers, Chance the Rapper, he recently dropped an album or mixtape, whatever the fuck, okay? It's called Coloring Book or some shit. Chance 3. It's the little thing. If you're on Twitter, I'm sure you've seen some bullshit about somebody posting and be like, yo, this is like gospel and shit. Now, this isn't me dissing Chance the Rapper or anything. I'm just saying, like, stop putting these people on pedestals and saying, oh, these niggas is next. This nigga is dope. This nigga is the best out here right now. Like, Chance, he's getting a little bit hyped up because he had a fire verse on the amazing and holy album that is called the Holy Testament, that is called The Life of Pablo by Jesus Christ himself. And people are like, oh my God, this is like gospel and shit. Like, this shit is great and all. And I'm sure it is like a dope album. Maybe it is like a really dope thing. I'm just don't dick ride it so hard. Like, I'm not saying you can't show support or show love. Like, there's a difference between like showing love and then like dick riding. You know, showing love is like, yo, this is a really dope album. I really fuck with Chance, and I didn't know I fucked with Chance. Dick riding is being like, yo, this is the greatest album since this dropped, and it's a fucking classic already. Within 2 minutes of it dropping, it's a fucking classic. Even though I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this music in about a year or two, but the shit sounds like a fucking classic, and I feel like it's gonna make a change in the black community. No, motherfucker, no. Okay, stop doing that. Just leave him be. He had a dope verse on Kanye Joint, and you're just kind of riding the wave of that. You know, believing in the coke dream that Chance the Rapper is a great rapper. You know, I mean, maybe he is. I don't really listen to him. He's not my cup of tea. That was pause. Nah. Maybe I shouldn't say. Maybe I should stop saying pause so much, because I don't want people to say I'm being homophobic or anything like that. I am very gender fluid over here, okay? I am very gender neutral. Gender neutral. I believe in the lifestyle that is homo flexible. Homo flexible. So, you know, don't come for me. I love the gays, and the gays, they don't love me. So, yeah. I don't know how I got on that, but yeah. I wonder how Big Sean feels about like all this praise that Chance the Rapper is getting, because even Kanye is kind of filleting his ego a little bit. And like Big Sean used to be like that nigga for Ye. You know, he used to push him. He used to push Sean a lot. He used to be like quoting him, always on his tracks. But now it's like, you know, this nigga left him, started doing coke, tweeting out random shit like maybe Bill Cosby didn't rape all them chicks, you know. What else was he tweeting out? Was something problematic? I don't know. Just really dumb shit. And, you know, like I going into the fashion industry, wearing fucking color contacts. Can we talk about that? I know that happened a while ago, but I never really spoke on it. Kanye, what the hell are you doing, man? What the fuck is up? I get you going out there dressed like a going to the Met Gala dressed like a whole dickhead with like a jean jacket, jean suit, whatever that. It was too much jean. You're a fashion guy. I guess you were doing it ironically, or you're now trying to make that grunge shit. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck is up with you. But dude, blue color contacts. What the fuck, man? That's like really why didn't he get a lot of slander for that? Like, I know y'all clowned him for it, but he should have got a lot of slander for that. Like, isn't that kind of like participating in an erasure because he wants to have blue eyes? And I know people are gonna be like, oh, but it's black kids that got blue eyes and shit. I'm like, all right, that's cool and all, but traditionally the Caucasian people have had blue eyes. And, you know, you go over to Africa, the first thing you're gonna see is like someone with like regular brown eyes. You're not gonna see a motherfucker with them light blue white eyes. Okay, now I'm not trying to say like those are only a white thing. I'm just saying like those are traditionally a white thing. Okay, and he's participating in erasure, and soon we're gonna see Kanye West bleaching his skin. And he's going to get lighter and lighter, and they're going to be like, yo, it's bleaching techniques in Africa. No, shut the fuck up. We need to stop this nigga now. He is bugging, my friend. He is bugging. He is riding the train to Crazy Town. He promised us 3 albums in a year. You know, that graphics card, memory XD shit that he was supposed to drop with A$AP Rocky and his felonious goons writing for him for that. Whatever happened to that shit? We ain't hear no single, we ain't hear nothing about that. But he's out here on Twitter talking about, oh, Chance is the greatest rapper out besides me and Jay. And, you know, whenever I listen to his shit, it feels like my soul is leaving my body, and I experience an out-of-body experience. No, nigga. No, the fuck you don't. That album is probably okay. I didn't hear it yet. But I've heard a lot of it through Twitter. Shout out to Twitter for stealing money out these artists' pockets by allowing us to listen to music for free. I really appreciate that. I'm down with the whole wave of we ain't paying for shit. Mainly because I'm broke as fuck, but also because, you know, I don't like spending my money. So even if I wasn't broke, I'd be a stingy old dude like Scrooge McDuck. And why do people like villainize like rich people who try to save their money? You know, when a rich person saves their money by buying cheap shit, you know, like being frugal, they're like a stingy asshole. But when a poor person do it, it's called being smart and financial and saving money. Like, come the fuck on. Let's speak on that. Let's speak on that real fast. Just because I'm rich and I don't want to, just because if I have $1,000,000, just because I don't give you $100 doesn't mean I'm an asshole. It just means, yo, if I give you $100, I won't have $1,000,000 anymore. Like, if I gave out $100 to everybody that asked for that shit, I wouldn't be a millionaire, and I wouldn't have gotten to where I am today giving out fucking money. Now you'd be like, now let me throw a scenario at you. If you got $100 and someone asks you for $1, would you give them it? No. I mean, you got 100. If you give them $1, it won't really hurt you. You'll still be up there, but you won't have $100, and you'll be closer to not having $100. See what I'm saying? Just because I decide to drive a 2007 Honda Accord and you, being below the poverty line, decide to lease a Ferrari, doesn't mean I'm a dirty, cheap bastard. It just means I know where I'm spending my money, and I'm not driving a race car because I am not a race car driver. Nor am I one of them niggas from Dubai who can just write that shit off as a tax joint and just say, hey, I get so many of these in a year, it's nothing to me. Shout out to them niggas over there that are getting into real money and not even like caring about like flashing it. Like, shout out to them. You guys make a whole lot of money. I can't even fathom like how much, what to do. Like, I guess I would be doing like dumb dickhead rich shit if I was ever to get like that insanely rich, like that Oprah level, that fucking Floyd Mayweather level. Like, this nigga spends $10,000 a month on a haircut. Like, dog, what exactly are you fucking doing? I mean, first of all, you're bald. Let's talk. Can we talk about that? You're bald. You don't even have like a big ass beard. You have like a tiny beard on. I get like you shave your head every day, but $10,000, dog, you are getting scammed, my nigga. It does not cost $10,000 a month to shave your hair. Even if you're paying like $100, would it be? What? How much would it be if it was? It would only be like $3,000. Yeah, it'd only be $3,000 if you're paying the dude $100 a day to keep your head like fresh and bald. Like, you can get like a really good nigga to shave your head for $100 a day. Shit, I will do that shit. Hire me, Floyd. Listen, if you listen to this shit, hire me, man. $100 a day. I will make sure that your beard is groomed, shave your head. And you know what? Maybe even hit the pubes if that's what you need. I need some money, okay? I am hurting very, very bad. $100 a day sounds good to me, and it wouldn't hurt you at all. You're a fucking billionaire, and you still get money off of fights that you're not even doing. So what's the problem? What is the problem? Let me get some of that money, because I won't be, so because I'm bad at transitions, I know I just like stopped talking about something midway, but this popped in my head, and I know if I don't talk about it now, I won't be able to come back to it. But it's not really like a bad transition nor a bad segue, but I was in the middle of talking about something, and to go along with the whole like dickhead rich people shit, shout out to Serena Williams for eating dog food and questioning whether or not it's for human beings. Saying like, oh, this is dangerous for human consumption. Oh, you don't think? Maybe we should start saying bleach is dangerous or what? Nah, actually, they do say bleach is dangerous for human consumption. What is something that's actually, I don't know. Fuck it. We're gonna go with my original intent. Shout out to you, Serena. You ate dog food and you got the crazy shits. Shout out to the toilet that had to hoist up your ass while you had the crazy shits, because we all know you got that rotund turkey sitting on your backside, and it's probably difficult when you take shits. Shout out to all the women with the big asses, because God knows it probably sucks for you to wipe your ass when you take a shit. You probably fully can't clean it. You probably need like one of them fancy ass toilets that shoot the water up into your butthole and clean it. I can't wait till I get the money where I have that. Like, that's when I know I made it. When I have one of those toilets, oh my God. Like, because Lord knows I'm tired of wiping my ass. You got to wipe, check it, wipe again, make sure it don't stink and all that other shit. Wiping your ass is like a poor person's concept. Now we're moving to like, not wiping your ass. That's the wave for the 2016. Not wiping your ass, even if you got like dookie crumbs, hit it with a little bit of water from the spritz, spritz your shit, and you should be good. You got the cookie crumbs in your drawers, ain't nobody checking it. You know you're getting some ass. You're gonna take a shower, and that's gonna clean that right off. So don't need to worry about that. That's what we're doing. We're not wiping our asses in 2016. Summer 16 is the year of the shitty draw. It's the year of the skid mark, people. That's what we're doing, and that's what I believe in. So shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to all the women out there with the big asses. Shout out to the women out there with the Dr. Miami provided asses that look better than the women with the natural big asses. And I see you guys. I see you women with like the natural fat asses hating on chicks like buying their asses. They're like, my shit all natural and shit. Like, listen. As long as it looks good and it was done by Dr. Miami, because he's the only one that I personally trust, I don't give a fuck. It's gonna look amazing. And, just because you got bullied back in the day for having a fat ass because people didn't understand how amazing a fat ass was, and now that's the popular thing to have, you shouldn't be jealous. You shouldn't hate on your other women for trying to make themselves beautiful, okay? Do we hate on people for brushing their teeth? No, we don't need to brush our teeth with like toothpaste and shit. We don't need to whiten our teeth. But the media says we do because stinky breath is a bad thing. What the fuck do you think they were doing back in the day before like we had toothpaste and toothbrushes and shit? I'm sure they would rinse out their mouth. Actually, no, we know like white people was nasty as shit, and they just like used perfume to mask the stink. But what do y'all think we were doing back in the motherland of Africa before everyone decided to leave the gentle bosom of Africa and explore other places? You think we were using toothbrushes and toothpaste all the time? No, we weren't. I'm sure a lot of people was walking around with BO. I don't know when deodorant was invented, but I know it wasn't back there. It wasn't there back in the day, like a couple thousand years ago. So chill out with all that hating on the unnatural women. Just because they paid for their fat ass and it looks kind of better than yours, it's not droopy as much, it's not as square, it's more round, it doesn't have as much cellulite in it, doesn't mean you should shame them. You should congratulate them. Be like, you know what, them wanting that fat ass means that I'm special too, so we can all enjoy this ass together. Either way, y'all both are posting that shit on Instagram. And it looks good on Instagram. It probably looks okay in real life. So I'm going to go with there's nothing wrong with it, okay? Y'all need to stop shaming people who get implants. Be like, oh, they got plastic surgery to look how they look. So the fuck what, okay? You also bought them clothes so you can feel some way about yourself, right? Maybe that's what they need. That's what they need to feel better about themselves, okay? Because we weren't all born with a fucking 38-pack abs and like diesel muscles, okay? I started doing calisthenics workouts and I want to give it up because this shit sucks. If I could go somewhere and get a surgery to get abs and wild muscles and look like fucking Michael B. Jordan, I would. But you know what? I can't. So I have to use hard work and dedication so I can get this slamming body that I'm aiming for, okay? Check me out in 3 months and we'll see how it's going on, okay? But I gotta work for it, And now, they have these they have what we talked about before in this podcast, the dick extenders. Someone had the first penile transplant has transpired in America, and you know what? This means that the future is coming. No pun intended. The future is coming, and it's coming strong. This means this penis transplant means that in the future, men will be able to get our shit maybe elongated, maybe we'll get like I don't want like a transplant. How would like dick enhancement surgery work exactly? Would they like take fat and then inject it into your dick? Cause that's all it, for real, that's all the penis is. It's like fat that like hardens and all that. It's not like it's prehensile. There's no bone. There may be musculature, but you can inject shit into muscles. How come we can't get like dick extended? Wouldn't you just need like extra skin? And like, yeah. I mean, they say Dr. Miami can add girth. Maybe that's all you really need for overall girth. Like a lot of niggas be like, yeah, give me that 12-foot pole and all that other shit. But you don't really need all that. All you need is a little girth, make it thick. Make it to where as though like a chick. That's what make it to where as though like a chick cannot hold it in like one hand, like she tries to put her hand all the way around it and it just like is just too massive for her to get around, like like a soda bottle. Get that soda bottle down there. Yo, this is wild. This is the Culturally Inappropriate Podcast. This is what you get, okay? I talk about the shit that's happening in the world. So shout out to all the niggas that's out there getting the dick enhancement surgery. Lord knows if I had the money, I would too. I mean, I have a sizable member. I have a pretty good. I have the pretty good wood down there in the pants, but I probably want the monster. Not for the whole I can't pleasure woman thing, but more of the intimidation factor. More like, yeah, bitch, I want you to look scared when I take my pants off. I don't want you to look like happy, like, ooh, he about to fuck the shit out of me. I want you to look at me like, oh my God, this nigga is going to break me in half. That is the look I'm going for. That is what I want to see in your eyes when these pants drop. Okay? That is the move for Summer 16. That's why I'm getting these abs mad ripped. I'm going to start juicing, injecting into my neck, my toenails, and maybe even my eyeballs, I'm trying to get mad ripped so I can intimidate motherfuckers. Be like, yo, ma, let me get your number. like a diesel ass nigga. Like a diesel ass bald nigga talking about, yo, ma, you ever made love on a public bus before? Well, you were about to, my muscles wild big, dick looking mad small in comparison. Be like, listen, just 'cause I'm husky and that nigga small, his dick look bigger compared to me, like I'm built like a man should be. Get over here and ride these abs. Shout out to y'all niggas that do shit like that. Shout out to y'all while your girl is getting her back blown out by a nigga that looks like me, motherfucker. Okay, I got that whole fucking what is the body type? I got the whole dad bod, and I'm not even a dad, motherfucker. 21 and fucking up. That's what life is about, buddy. Making the mistakes that you're gonna regret when you're older, but then trying to make up for it, like a crackhead who started doing crack, but then learned the beauties of working out, and now he can't stop working out because it replaced his crack. Like it's whatever it does in the brain, I don't know the words right now because that's what type of podcast this is. I forget the words and shit for what I'm talking about, but you know what I'm talking about because you're gonna Google it after this because you're gonna be confused about all the shit that I'm saying because it doesn't make sense, but it's gonna make sense when you Google it and shit. So go ahead and do that so I don't look dumb. I have no idea where I was and where I got to with that whole rant and shit, but fuck it, that's what you get on this fucking podcast, okay? That's what you get. You're listening to it, and shout out to them. You know what you get when you do this shit. So I know we talked about the bastard and the man and probably domestic terrorists, the nigga that killed Trayvon last week. Now people were saying, somebody should buy the gun that George Zimmerman has in order to destroy it. And a rumor started floating around that Kendrick Lamar had bought the gun that George Zimmerman used to kill Trayvon Martin, brought it on stage, and destroyed it in a way to release the spirits of the dead black people that he may have killed. Now, while that does sound very dope and very amazing, it was just a bunch of bullshit. It was just some dickhead trying to make a good news story, probably by filleting the fuck out of Kendrick, as Twitter people are known to do. That's what Twitter folk like to do. They like to push a rapper, even though he may not be that good. They like to say, yo, this nigga is next. Shout out to Lil Yachty, shout out to Chance. And they say, if you disagree with my opinion, you're an idiot and you don't understand or comprehend the music, I didn't know I needed to take a comprehension class to know if a song sounds good or bad, So shout out to you, dickhead, who made up that story. And shout out to all the other sheeple that follow blindly behind what Kendrick is doing, We say people exploit like black people. I mean, maybe he's genuine about this, or maybe, he's like, you know what, I could cash in on this shit, and I do kind of feel the sentiment, so let me do this, Shout out to everyone who's cashing in on black suffrage, even though they didn't give a fuck about it like 3 months ago. Shout out to y'all. Also, I don't know why I said also. Shout out speaking of rappers, shout out to Drake. Because this is the OVO podcast. Because we are affiliated with OVO and we're sponsored by him. Shout out to Six God, we have to mention Drake every episode. That is in our contract. We are legally required. Otherwise, we're going to get shut down. Drake, you shave your beard. Another mistake. I don't know what the fuck is up with you, man. You've been doing a lot of questionable things. And, I don't know. You shaved your beard and now, like, the respect, you're not the Sixth God anymore. You're more like the bitch God. I don't know. You look weird. Don't shave your beard again. He said he did it for Saturday Night Live, but, now he's getting clowned more again. He's going on Ellen. They're scaring the shit out of him. People don't think you're hard without your beard, With the beard, you're wild. You look like you could fuck a nigga up. And that's the whole thing with, like, Philly niggas. We had these niggas, like, if they didn't have their beards, they would look like a regular out-of-shape nigga. But with the beard, you're like, whoa, this nigga could pull out the gun or call, like, mad niggas to come shoot me up right now. Maybe I shouldn't fuck with him. So if you ever come to Philly, go ahead to a nigga with a beard, wearing a white beater, some some fucking True Religion or Levi jeans, and probably, like, Air Forces. Nah, them niggas be wearing Air Forces, right? Yeah, or Jordans. Go up to a nigga dressed like that and be like, yo, fuck your block. I don't know. Just start a fight with him. You'll probably beat him. Or you might wind up getting shot by his mans that you didn't know was his mans, but is his mans from like 10 years ago, and that's how they roll here, So go ahead and make that mistake. This is forgive me for this podcast because I'm all over the place, but Azealia Banks, I'm gonna have to retract my woman crush of the week from last week because you went on Instagram and you apologize for your rants. I guess you realize that Twitter is the only way that you can get any buzz, and since they deleted your account, you want to make it seem like you understand what's wrong, but really you don't. You're just doing what you have to do in order to get your Twitter account back, but it's not going to happen because you said a lot of things about a lot of people, and a lot of people don't want to see you come back. You shouldn't have made them mistakes, man. So you can make a new Twitter, try to get some notoriety there. Maybe your true fans will follow you if they fuck with you, but you're not getting that old Twitter back. Do not try to beg the Twitter gods for an account back. You could probably go up to Twitter's office and, like, fillet somebody up there. I don't know. Try that, Show off them amazing titties that you got with them long-ass stick nipples. She has really long nipples. They're like fucking light switches. My God. Yeah, shout out to your nipples. Shout out to the nigga that did your surgery. I hope it was Dr. Miami. If it wasn't, you really fucked up. That could have been like a dope deal. All you chicks that want to be like reality stars and shit and want to get your body done in order to start popping and shit, go to Dr. Miami. Like, he's a popping nigga on Snapchat. You get like a kind of deal. You'd be like, yo, I want to do like an exclusive. You're doing my whole body transformation. I want to do this shit. Don't try to fake like you're not getting surgery because we notice, you're not going to go from having a flat ass to having the whole pinky level ass in a matter of 2 weeks. No amount of squats is going to do that. Shout out to those twins who tried to pull one over on everybody by saying, oh, we do mad squats and that's how we got these asses that we currently have. They're identical and shit. Yeah, we all know one of you even worked for Dr. Miami. So yeah, the jig was already sky high. I mean, no ass that if you do squats, first of all, for the amount of squats that you say you do in a day, your thighs look mad jiggly. And I know you're going to be like, oh, that's because we're thick and shit. No, bitch. Serena Williams is thick and she does leg exercises. Her thighs look like she could crush you if you eat her cooch the right way. She looks like a real life Chun-Li, but just a chocolate Chun-Li. That's what we're gonna call her, chocolate Chun-Li. That's Serena Williams' new nickname, and that's what I'm calling her from now on. Because she has the massive thighs that look like if you go down there and you eat the box the right way, she is going to spasm, squeeze your head, and pop it like a cap off a toothpaste jar. yeah. So shout out to everyone that's lying about their lives. Um, and I want to close up by saying, please do not make any more Dragon Ball Z games. There's a new one called Dragon Ball Xenoverse was ass. They're making another one of those. Why? I honestly don't understand. We don't need. I'm tired of people constantly coming with these fucking dumbass Dragon Ball Z games that should have. There, all the games after Dragon Ball Tenkaichi 3 should have. There should not have been. Like, that should have been it. That should have been the last one. You could have made a new one when like the new shit came out with Goku getting like the God powers and all that. And you did with Xenoverse, but like the fighting system in it is trash. Like, that game is very uneven. It's very, you pick a certain character and you're guaranteed to win all the time, and it's really annoying. I'm mad you guys took away the fucking clash system. Like, come on, one of your biggest things, one of the most popular things about Dragon Ball Z is the clash system, and you get rid of that shit. What the fuck, man? I was mad at Naruto for doing that, and I kind of accepted it. I was like, all right, you know what? It's not that big a deal, even though it would be really dope to have fucking Chidori. And no, fuck that. I'm not okay with it. I'm very upset about it. How the fuck are you gonna have Naruto and Sasuke clashing on the fucking cover of the game? But in the game, I can't do that with my friend. I can't be like, yo, let's make them clash and then see what would happen. That is bullshit. Why the fuck do you take away joys from my life, okay? Why do you take these joys out of my life? Why do you enjoy doing this? You make a game, you say it's gonna be great, you're like, oh, it's awesome and all this shit, but we removed a lot of features that made the game fun, and now we made it very hard to play. We made it very lopsided, whereas though like all the characters are not balanced. We have characters that are clearly stronger than these other characters. That was kind of the case in the games. Like, if you're using a Cyberman, you probably won't beat somebody that's playing as Super Saiyan 4 level Goku. But now it's like you can only pick God level Goku, or else you're gonna lose to everybody that plays. And I'm kind of annoyed by that. I'm more than kind of annoyed. I'm very annoyed by that, and I wish you guys would do something. Stop taking away features. If you're making a new Dragon Ball Xenoverse game, let me give you some tips. Make it exactly like how Tenkaichi 3 was, with the clash and everything, all the fucking characters, the way like the movement was, the way like your stuff gets destroyed. Make it like that. I don't want to play a fucking side-scrolling Dragon Ball Z game. That shit is ass. Okay. And for the developers of Naruto, Bandai Namco, put the clash back in there. I know you're gonna make another game, even though Naruto's over. I don't give a fuck as long as you add the clash system into it. I am going to give you my money. I'm going to pay. I'm tired of games doing this. We need to take a stand against games right now. Like, games like fucking Call of Duty, 2K, Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, all these other games, they're fucking up they're fucking up everything, because they're coming out with like shittier systems. They're taking away everything that was fun, and even through the response of the fans, they still do this shit. You know why? Because they know we're gonna spend their money. We need to stop spending money on these shitty games, okay? We need to stop letting people do this to us. We don't need that bullshit, okay? We don't need these people in our lives. We don't need them giving us the same bullshit and telling us it's something new, it's something different. No, it's something ass. And we already know it's going to be ass, but we buy into it because we want to believe. We want that feeling that we got when we first played it as child, but we're not going to get it back because now we're 30 and we have kids and we have a mortgage and we have shit to do. But you know what? We're going to keep on buying it because everyone wants to profit off of the euphoric feeling of childhood, because someone wishes that they could have it, but no one can. That's the end of the podcast. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram at DJ Fodera. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment on SoundCloud, Stitcher, iTunes, and Google Play. Next week's episode, we're gonna have a special guest. Guess who it is? If you guess it right, you get a free gift card to Domino's Pizza. So yeah. Don't believe in erasure, and goodbye. Good night.